After the unrelenting drama of Race 1, the BSR Touring Car Championship presented by Engine Oils Direct returns to Suzuka for round 2 of the day, and Laura Bond will start from pole position. Alex Simpson enjoyed the first race alongside me, and Alex, what the heck are we going to get this time?
Yeah, who knows? Really don't know. Absolutely amazing race. If we, yeah, just give me half of that again and I'll be a very, very happy boy.
Yep, and well, I'll tell you, a happy boy is after the last race is Wojciech Swierdowicz, because he extended his lead to 27 points now over Stefan Hughes in second, Ashley Sutton third, Andreas Katz up in fourth now, ahead of Simon Field in fifth. So, Alex, are we expecting those guys to come through again, or is it a much tougher task on the Suzuka circuit?
Well, I think as we've seen, if the guys hold their line, defend aggressively, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to make their way up. That said, they are really quick, all of those. Yeah, I hate to think what we could see here. It could be crazy, crazy race. But it could be another epic one as well. So I think I was just going to say, for those guys who are up front, it is important to get a really good start and a good first few laps underneath their belt. With that 5 or 6 car, maybe 8 car pack that's going to try and work their way through, they could hold each other up actually, and you know, the front guys could have a chance of victory here today.
Wojciech showed that you can defend even with a car that's probably half a second to 3/4 of a second a lap slower, so I'm interested to see what happens with these guys in this race. It's worth, just got something, a tribute we need to give really, Alex, before the start of the race.
Yeah, exactly. We obviously got some bad news as far as the league was concerned, and I'm just bringing up the information now as well. And it was John Dolan, unfortunately passed away last week. Very, very sad news, and from everybody at BSR TV, you know, we just want give a big shout out to his twin brother there and his family. You know, condolences for that to have happened, and yeah, we know that we're going to try and organise something in the Lotus 79 as a bit of a tribute race as well, so keep an eye out for some news on that. But yeah, all of our thoughts are with his family right now.
Yep, I second that, and it's never nice when anybody in the racing community no longer with us, and you know, like I say, much respect to John, his contribution to the community over the years. So thank you very much. About 1.5 minutes left of the warm-up, Alex. So you better take us through the top 10 on the grid for this round number 8.
Don't actually have the top 10 grid spots at the moment with the reverse order. Just yeah, haven't had them come through, so can't bring them up at the minute, I'm afraid, mate.
Yeah, I'm just. Well, we should be able to do it at the end of the warm-up. I'll do a quick rundown before the lights go green. Alex, we've got about a minute left. Who's your star? Who's your star of race 1?
Well, you can't take anything away from Jacobo Lopez. He was so fast out there. You know, 6 seconds ahead of Jamie Rushworth, who had a pretty clean race himself. So, you know, he's very quick, but he's going to have his hands full in this race. But definitely the standout star. I mean, I'm sure there were some guys that made their way up through the back, but when you dominate a race like that, and you see everybody else in such close proximity, you realise how quick they are.
We barely mentioned Oro de Jacobo Lopez after the first couple of laps. As soon as Sutton made that mistake and got himself out of second place and behind Rushworth, Lopez was never seen again. So, I mean, Jamie Rushworth's going to be looking for a good result here, Alex, as well. Got his season back on track with that second place in race 1. He'll be looking again for top 5, potentially the podium here.
Yeah, I think it's important for Rushworth to make his way through. He needs to be real careful. He wasn't involved in that accident. There was some accidents, but wasn't involved in that battle. So he's not going to know what that was like. So these guys are going to have a lot of experience with that, how to defend and deal with that. So, but yeah, both those drivers are going to have to be very, very careful in this one. But I'm sure actually we'll see them progress up quite nicely.
So, the top 10 on the grid for this race. In fact, I'll do the top 20 because we're just about half time. Laura Bond shares the front row with Jalmari Raipalina on second place. Richard Wilde and Linus Brostrom on row 2. Handcraft and Graham Carroll on row 3. Then Tom Stanley alongside Ashley Sutton. Two guys with a lot of pace starting there. Simon Field 9th, Adam Terry 10th. Russell Laidler 11th ahead of David Baker. Then you have Andreas Katz ahead of Stefan Hoog. Wojciech Swidovic, the championship leader, is 15th. Jamie Rushworth, the aforementioned, is 16th. And then Adeko Lopez, race 1 winner, 17th. Ahead of Benjamin Gregory, Daniel Hunt and Peter Newman. So we're almost ready for the start here.
Job well done in getting that all in before the lights go on here.
That's not long away now. All these Kia Optimas firing up. 41 cars are away from the grid at Suzuka.
Well, we've got some quick starters in the background there trying to make moves. So that's Sutton dipping left and right.
Raipalina's made a good start and already in front of Laura Bond into turn 1. There's a bit of contact, and it's, it was, I think it was Linus Brostrom, Alex, and one of the DEG cars. It must have been Adam Terry.
Yeah, just running a little wide there.
Speaking of DEG, that's Richard Wilde up into the lead. That was brilliant. What's happened to Jalmari? Down into 5th. Ashley Sutton already up to P4. So this is where he needs to be really careful, Alex. He needs to just pick his way through. He has the pace. He doesn't need to rush anything. More contact. Slightly further back. I'm not sure who that was. I can hear it.
Take a very quick look at the start again.
Oh, and there's one off at the back. Whoa, car tumbled over the tyre barrier at the exit of the last corner. Not exactly sure who that was.
Just having a look at the replay now. And it looks like Wild just nailed the turn 2. Managed to get alongside. Oh, Laura very out of shape actually. That's how she gave up the lead. She got it back.
Battling for second now. There's a bit of contact, Bond, and it's goodness me, Graham Carroll. Graham Carroll's up into P2.
Yeah, and
Sutton just behind.
third.
Bond's got turned around by Stanley. Bond off into the gravel. Stanley moves up into 4th place.
Yeah, that was unfortunate there for Bond. Just got hit in the wrong place there. Couldn't bring the car back
defend.
around.
He's not going to, is he? Not sure what he's doing there. Let Ashley Sutton through.
Well, we know that Carroll's been performing well. Very consistent throughout this season so far. Perhaps he thinks it's just not worth fighting Sutton at this early point.
Maybe he thinks Sutton will make his own mistakes.
Yeah, at this point I think he just wants to tag along, make sure he's there at the end of the race up front. He's had such a great start.
The Wild leads by 1.5 seconds. I suggest that'll probably come down for DEG. Ashley Sutton 2nd. Graham Carroll 3rd. 4th is Tom Stanley. 5th Simon Field. Then Russell Laidler in 6th for CQR. 7th is Jalmari Raipalina, who started on the front row. And then you've got Andreas Katz in 8th, and he's going to try and make a move here into turn 1 on that laser car. And moves out of the slipstream. There's Andreas Katz and the Karcher machine. Up the inside, Raipalina tries to hang it around the outside. He's gone a bit wide though, and he gives up the place.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did at the very start of the race after getting the lead. Wojciech also picks up the place, and actually I think he's getting freight trained just a little bit here. He's got Lopez behind him as well.
Stefan Hoog
doesn't know which way to go. He's got being attacked left, right and centre here.
Hoog got a little bit blocked, didn't he?
Yeah, he actually ended up losing a place to Adeko Lopez there.
A little bit blocked behind the fin. And
Sutton having a look up the inside for the lead here. Just put the fastest lap of the race in as well. Should get this move done late on the brakes.
He was 8/10 quicker than Richard Wilde that last time. Made up the lead in no time whatsoever, and I think that, I'll be honest, if he doesn't make any mistakes, that's job done for the race for Ashley Sutton.
Yeah, we've got Lopez down in 9th place at the moment. He's quick, he's battling hard. I think he might have just picked up another place. No, he hasn't.
Oh, he has. He's just gone ahead of Ripolina. I think he is 9th, isn't he, again?
Yeah, he's in 9th, so he's got a long way to go. He's got Wojciech ahead of him now. He's not going to be easy to get past. We know how much trouble everybody had that last race. We saw on the chat afterwards that perhaps needs to tweak his setup a little bit, so I'm guessing in that 20-minute warm-up that we've had at the start of this one, he's just done some slight adjustments, help him get off that final corner just a little bit quicker.
Those two very fast Team O cars, David Baker, Jamie Rushworth, and sorry, David Baker and Stefan Hoog, beg your pardon, with Jamie Rushworth just behind. They're now having a look at Yalmari, who started 2nd.
I have to say, Rushworth
he's all over the place.
Rushworth's been very conservative out there. We spoke to him at the end of last week's VIR race, and he said that he's going to be very, very cautious this week. These 2nd and 3rd race, just slowly pick up some places. Can't afford to have the weeks like he's had at Silverstone and Virginia.
No, you're right there. And Ashley Sutton, he leads by 7/10, so he's not pulled away a huge amount on that lap from Richard Wilde, but Wilde's under a lot of pressure.
Field having a look up the inside of Stanley here.
Oh yeah.
Can he make it? Yes he can. I think he's got it there. Lopez just put the fastest lap of the race in as well.
Stanley's fighting back. Great exit from 2, and he managed to stay in front. Graham Carroll's having a look at Richard Wilde. Carroll looking racy here, looking a good bet for a podium at this point.
Yeah, Lopez made a move in the background as well on Svidovic, so he is up into 8th place. So
hard fought move by Lopez, but you can tell how quick he is, Alex. Effortless.
Yeah, it took those guys all of the race to try and get past Svidovic. He does it 1 lap.
51.4 for Adai Lopez. That's a quick lap.
4/10 faster than Sutton up front as well.
Oh, Sutton going a bit wide. He's always on the edge, isn't he?
Got something going on just behind this little
Stanley's
barrel.
Gone wide.
Stanley, he's
Field's
lost the place
through.
this time.
Got Laidler in 6th. He's going to try and have a look as well. Bit of contact somewhere. Oh, that's what that is. That's Wilde and Carroll, who just came together a little bit.
Yeah, Carroll picks up that place, moves himself up in 2nd place.
Wilde having another look into what is the start of the Dunlop curve. Now, Wilde is going to have a bit of bother down the straight, isn't he? Simon Field is there. Got Stanley not too far behind. Slipstream having a big effect here, Alex.
Yeah, side by side, he managed to get such a great exit out of that corner. He's got the car in front that he can drag up behind. Oh, just perhaps a little bit Field there, just a little bit nervous going into 1. Felt like he might get that door closed on him.
These Kias pulling about 170 miles an hour down the main straight, which is pretty impressive, isn't it?
That is amazingly quick. I actually did not realise that they were doing that sort of speed.
260 odd kilometres an hour, which, you know, that's not slow by any stretch.
Katz now under pressure from Lopez here. While Katz is actually having a look at Adler as well.
In the slipstream, 240 kilometres an hour, so that's what, 160, isn't it? 160 maybe. Oh, and that's Lopez actually. I thought somebody had gone quite wide at the back, but it's the pace of Jacobo Lopez. He's siding his way. Well, he's going to side his way through the pack anytime soon. Got Andreas Katz in front of him, who's no slow coach at all. And Lopez, he's going to look to try and force through pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's looking very, very racy out there, is Lopez.
Just a quick look at the people who haven't had such a good race so far. All the ones more than a lap down: Robert Graham, Robert Burton, Laura Bond, Steve Heffern, Adam Terry, Halit Urtas, Matt Walker, Alexander Smolensky, Ellis Stevens, Steve Walker, Robert Plumley, David Brock, and Steve Richardson. Richardson never seems to get any luck at all.
No, Elite 220 actually 3 cars out that I can see. I'm not sure where the 4th is at the moment. So, yeah, this is a disastrous race for those guys.
Yeah, I mean, they do have Rushworth still, but he's 12th. He's not really making any progress. He's just, well, he has. He's just overtaken David Baker, so he's now 11th. But can Rushworth fight his way through?
Thought Lopez was putting a little move on Katz there, but balls out of it. Some more interesting battles going off as well. 15th place, Daniel Kraft having a little look on. Where
Gregory.
We've got Gregory 13th as well there. So little battle starting to form.
Polina in the middle of that as well. So still, unfortunately, struggling, going backwards. 53.5 that last time by. Not a particularly good lap time. I hear a bit of contact in the background. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, I was having a look further forward just to see if it was anyone up front, but I can't see anything. And once again, we've got a gaggle starting to form here.
I've got to say, Alex, Sutton's only 2 seconds in front. There's one of the laser cars off in the wall there. I'm not sure who that was.
Who's that going back? There's someone tucked out wide there, lost a place. I'm not sure.
Oh, Stanley's pushing. Stanley's pushing Wild, and then Laidler. I mean, look at this, literally almost nose to tail through that S's section, which is pretty much 3/4 of the course. Let's be honest. Here on the East Coast, and Laidler and goodness me, Laidler and Stanley just bashing wheels and bumpers down the main straight.
Yeah, Laidler making a move for that inside line really early.
Really forced. Oh, he's gone wide, but can he carry some of that momentum? He doesn't want to pass Stanley here, because that would have been... That's essentially an illegal overtake, isn't it? Gaining an advantage. Stanley's gone wide. More contact with Laidler. Laidler runs wide again.
Katz getting involved as well. Lopez having a look up the inside. He's around the outside of Katz as well, so...
He'll struggle because he's got... Sorry, Alex, he's got Wojciech right behind him. He doesn't want to make a rash move on Katz here.
Once again, we're treating it of an epic race. We thought this would be the case. Very tricky to get past.
Sutton leads by 2.3. He's not completely out of sight, but he's just 2.7 now. He's just controlling the race. This is the Ashley Sutton that he needs to be. He wants to be the champion, I think. Let's have a look. Stanley, Laidler, Katz, Lopez, Gridovic, Hoog, then Rushworth and Baker. That's a gaggle.
Yeah, Lopez having a look again in the background to see him. Wants to get past Katz. Katz really struggling to get any kind of move done. I mean, really struggled in that last race to get by Svidovic.
I think nearly every time I've seen Russell Laidler as a Stanley gets punted a little bit by Laidler.
He's out wide, losing so many places there. Falls back in front of Rushworth. The final Elite 220 car there.
He won't
Jamie
like
Rushworth.
that.
Yeah,
Rushworth. He got Katz. Look, Katz has got through on Laidler. Surely now. I think every time I've seen Laidler's car in this series, it's had damage as they're door to door. And Lopez is going to try and make it through wide. He's not. He's well.
And Rushworth also got past Stanley, although Stanley is fighting back. There's contact between the two.
It'd almost be suicidal for Lopez to have gone 3 wide there. Baker's in there. Again, David Baker doing the smart thing, Alex. He's hanging on the back of the pack. He's not doing anything stupid.
He finishes so high up each race because, like you say, he's very patient, just waits for his opportunity. Guys make little mistakes, he picks up a place.
This awesome touring car racing yet again from Suzuka. If you just joined us, BSRTV, the Engineers Direct Touring Car Championship. Andrew Woodhouse and Alex Simpson with you. We're 16 laps into this 24-lap race. So it's on the East Course. It's 7 turns. It's just effectively the first sector of the Grand Prix track, and 1 added corner. And it's produced some stonking racing today.
Yeah, we've got Ashley Sutton leading the way as well from Graham Carroll. Simon the field is in second place. Graham Carroll starting to close the gap in a little bit. Richard
Carroll made a
Wild
mistake.
in fourth. These guys are sort of spreading apart a little bit. The main battle really now is the battle for 6, and actually it looks like Lopez is making a move and is up in front of Katz. Took him a while, but he's done it.
He may struggle though to keep that position, although maybe not if Wojciech fights with Katz. We see those two have had some interesting moments in this series so far. Katz, he's prone to throwing it off the road at Silverstone. And then at Virginia he did something similar.
It looks like they rubbed a little bit of bodywork, but nothing too much.
Jacobo Lopez, then how far can he get up there? He won't catch Ashley Sutton. Can he get on the podium? I don't think that's out of the question.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on his progress. Currently 1 second behind Russell Laidler.
P4 is Lopez, so... sorry, P6. 1 second behind.
Just having a very, very quick look, see what else is going on
Stefan
further
Hoog.
back.
Sorry, I like Stefan Hoog. Is going to try and make a move on Wojciech. Wojciech defends to the inside. And Katz covered them both off well.
Yeah, so I was just having a little look further back, see what other action we had going on. Got Aaron Gearing as well, starting to make a little move. 22nd place.
Bartolomaki's car looks terrible at the front, and he's gone, well, two really damaged cars. Aaron Gearing can't seem to catch a break with incident damage. Good battle for 23rd going on. Rachel Whiteford ahead of Gordon Wilson. Andrew Whitehead, who once again, DQR car looking pretty torn up. He doesn't tend to keep it clean, does he?
No, Whitehead obviously having to, Whiteford, having to recover from sort of her retirement in the first race as well. And yeah, like you say, Whitehead always seems to be in the wars.
That's it. Gordon Wilson as well, as we believe to have made it through largely unscathed. I think he may have had a bit of... Well, he was definitely involved in an incident in race 1. So, but he's not really making any headway on Whiteford, so that's Lugnuts Racing and Laser. DQR.
Wild here, under pressure, coming into the final corner. I actually think Lala might have taken a bit too much curb in there. No, he hasn't. Held on to that. Thought we might have seen another slowdown penalty there.
Lopez got a nice run, Alex.
Yeah, he's having a little look. Is he going to get enough of a
look
run?
Behind you've got Katz defending from Sredovic, and
Lopez on the inside.
Oh, wide goes Laidler.
Just a little bit too hot into there.
Serve that one up on a plate for Jacobo Lopez.
Svidovic up and past.
Oh, a bit of contact. And look at behind David Baker, and almost contact with Stanley. Excellent work there.
Yeah, Jamie Rushworth still sitting behind there, been very, very patient. He said he was going to be, and he truly is, up into 10th place. Still a good
nice
result.
Lines is Jamie.
4 laps to go. I think he probably still get a couple of places out there. It looks like we've got Stanley running wide as well in the background. Lost a place there to Baker, was that? No, actually, he's just held on to that position.
Dutton's lead is 3.5 seconds.
Lopez again here on Wild. They were side by side. Nothing happening this time in turn 1. Oh, he's on the outside. Can he hold it round there? No, he can't.
I don't think that would have been wise. No. Robert Burton's a lapped car. Needs to stay out of the way of this pack. Good stuff. Smart driving. Rushworth, yeah, at the back of this one. Rushworth's got a bit of damage.
He's going to find it difficult.
You can see that the front of Rushworth's car is exactly the same shape as the back of Stefan Hoog's car, so you've seen what's happened there.
But maybe he's not been taking it easy after all. Lopez here this time, surely. Round the outside. No, cuts back on the inside.
Oh, brilliant by Lopez. Can they hold it?
he's going to be far enough in this time. He turns in and Wild gives him the place. So great move there. Nice little switcheroo going into turn 1 and turn 2.
Yeah, it was good stuff, wasn't it? I mean, Wild's been pretty combative in this race, so he's not laid down for these guys, and why should he? Andreas Katz going backwards a little bit, doesn't seem to have the pace in that catcher machine. The Wojciech. Any more points that Wojciech could get at this point, though, would really help him against Ashley Sutton. Sutton may retake the lead of the championship here, but Wojciech needs to limit the damage, and also Stefan Hoog there.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's important if Wojciech can just get this place. It's not going to get any more. This little pack ahead of them is just too far away now.
But again, it's a long race, a long season actually, Alex, isn't it? 33 rounds. So much more to go. We're only really getting started here on BSR TV. It's going to be a great year.
Just quickly jumping over to Sutton. He's not had much airtime in this race. Crosses the line. He's going to start his final lap.
We go on board with him for the final lap.
Yeah, we could do. I was just having a quick look again. Russell Laidler has got a run on Wild. So much action going off. Not sure we've got time to dedicate it to one lap on board, and I can hear some contact further back as well.
Laidler's car looks a mess at the front again, and yeah, there was. I would assume that was Rushworth and Hoog.
And actually, there's contact further ahead. I think that's Laidler and Wild getting together. Laidler up into 5th place, yeah, finally makes it happen.
Laidler's just shoveled his way past Wild.
Here he comes, Sutton exiting the final corner. We will not miss it this time.
Such a quick lap.
Drove a great race. I think the key for him was he got through a bulk of the cars really early. Was able to focus in his attention on just the 2 or 3 cars that he needed to get past. Got through cleanly. Just pulled away quite quickly from Simon Field then. Graham Carroll.
Yep.
In 3rd place, Pex Racing TV. Timo's Hideko Lopez made 4th. Not quite that podium he thought he was going to get, but still a great drive. Richard Wild in 5th place. I think Russell Laidler, did he give back the position to...
No, Laidler got P5 in the end.
Okay.
So Wild in 6th, and I'm not sure Wild's too happy about that. Wojciech Swidovic though, 7th, 8th for Stefan Hoog. Jamie Rushworth 9th, David Baker 10th. Another top 10 finish for him, so he's building the points gently and steadily. Tom Stanley 11th, eventful race for him. Crashed with Laura Bond at the beginning, then had another couple of bits of contact. Andreas Katz 12th, just went backwards unfortunately for Katz. Started 13th, but he got up as high as about 3rd. Went backwards and backwards and backwards. Ben Gregory 13th, Dan Hunt 14th. Yamari Repolina started on the front row and he finishes 15th. Daniel Kraft 16th, then Ben Palmer, Peter Newman, Linus Brostrom, Peter Van Hool, Aaron Gearing, Vittorio Santalamacchia, Rachel Whiteford, Gordon Wilson, Andrew Whitehead. Then a lap down with John Roberts, Dries Nice and Niels Jordan. Then we lost Robert Burton, Robert Graham, Laura Bond, Steve Hefford, Adam Terry, Halit Ertas, Matt Walker, Alexander Smolensky, Ellis Stevens, Steve Walker, Robert Plumley, David Brock and Steve Richardson. About 10 of those cars were out within 2 laps, Alex.
Yeah, a lot happened in that race in the first lap. We didn't quite catch as well. Fair few retirements, quite surprised. Just trying to see if I can...
at the back of the field, wasn't it, at the start?
So tight. So many cars on that field. Firstly, that's very tricky.
Ashley Sutton drove a great race though, Alex, and that was the sort of race that you want to see from him. You know, he had an advantageous grid position.
I'm going to see if I
I'm
can
trying
drag.
to think, actually. I don't want to be too controversial, but I wonder if... I noticed Sutton got the slowdown penalty on the very last lap. Seemed to brake quite sharply.
No, don't do that.
The end of the first race, but...
No, I don't think so. I don't think he was doing any of that at all. I tell you what, let me see if I can grab him down. I did just ask him for an interview, so he's not. Doesn't seem to be there at the moment. So I'm not just going to drag him out of the channel. But yes, it's. I think just saying the key part of his race was those first 2-3 laps. He made it so many places there. Without that, he would have been in the same sort of position that Lopez was. I guess when you think about it, he did start from 10th, so that does make the difference. He only needed to get sort of 5 cars in that first lap, where those guys needed about 12.
He started 8th, so it was up to 4th, wasn't it, at the end of the first lap? But then he made really good clean overtakes. He had a pace advantage, and he made really good moves, and that's what set him on his way. And then he just controlled the pace, didn't he? Once he got the lead of about 2 to 3 seconds, just controlled it. Dead that far in front in the end, and that's what you want to do, isn't it? I mean, you know about leading races for a long time. It's all about you don't get ahead of yourself, do you?
Yep, that's the thing. I mean, when you're out front like that as well, it's very easy to let your mind just chill out a little bit too much and go too slow, and actually mistakes start to creep in because you take it too easy. So you need to keep your pace up relative as well, so that you're just on it. You just fall out of a rhythm otherwise. Right, I better bring up the magic dice. I'm sure the admins will be waiting patiently for me to do this. So our favourite dice appears once again. Race pole position, which was Laura Bond's number, still sitting there. Who is in the hot seat for this one, Andrew? Who are we looking at?
15th to 20th again, are we?
It is indeed.
It's Yamari Raipolina in 15th, Daniel Kraft 16th, Ben Palmer 17th, Peter Newman 18th, Linus Brostrom 19th, and Peter Van Hool in 20th.
Okay, so let's do our courtesy 3 dummy rolls, just so people know it is random. So first number up would have been P20, then P19, P15, and the final roll of the dice that will decide pole position for the next race goes to P20.
Peter Van Hool.
It's a huge reverse grid here, so that is going to be really tough for Sutton to work his way through.
Half the field. But Sutton, if anybody can do it, I suppose he can. Watch for Adekoba Lopez as well. He will start from about 7. He was 17th, won't he? So got a better chance. Wojciech will start from 14th. You guys who can win that race, Alex, must admit.
Yeah, that could be even more interesting. Again, we look towards the front guys thinking they've got to get away off the start and try and get a little bit of clear air for those first couple of laps. If they do, the battles that are behind it really could open up. So yeah, let's see it this time. I think this final race could be even more of a show than what we've had from the first two.
Got to say, I'm really looking forward to seeing Ashley Sutton try and cut his way through the field. Can he win races 2 and 3, or are you going to have to stick with us on BSR TV to find that out? We'll be back shortly. Can't wait for race 3.